They're off in the Bessilou Stables Fountain of Youth. And Bluegrass Singer is sent right to the lead by Paco Lopez, and It's a Knockout's going to go with him. Luis Saez sends him along too, and these two will head into the first turn together, and Frosted is right to the outside of them. Then Juan and Bina fourth on the inside. Upstart is fifth early, right behind Frosted, and 3 lengths off the leaders. Then comes Gorgeous Bird from Ento, and Danny Boy takes his spot at the rear of the field and races 7 lengths off of Bluegrass Singer, who heads them onto the backstretch through a 24 and 1 opening quarter mile. The lead is 3/4 of a length. And Frosted is second to the outside by another 2. Then a line of 3. It's a Knockout surrounded by Upstart on the outside and Juan and Bina from the rail. And in a perfect position behind them is Gorgeous Bird, just loping along about 6 lengths off the lead, 3 ahead of Danny Boy and Fremento at the back. They continue the run up the backstretch. Bluegrass Singer, and now Frosted is closer. They're almost dead even as they head for the far turn. And they went 47 4/5 seconds for a half mile. So a little bit faster than the Holy Bull, but it's still a very sensible pace here. And as they move into the turn, Frosted makes his run for the lead. Frosted by a neck. Bluegrass Singer second. Upstart is third now. And Jose Ortiz is asking more run from him. Frosted 2.5 lengths ahead of Upstart, who's still third, and now he's put to the whip as they come to the top of the stretch, and Frosted's looking good. 3/4 in 1:11 3, and they're into the stretch, and Frosted turns for home in front, but now Upstart is even closer, and he edges up alongside, and It's a Knockout is coming too, and suddenly it's these two that have taken over. Upstart and It's a Knockout have gone by Frosted. It is Upstart. It's a Knockout just steadied late. It's going to be Upstart again. It was It's a Knockout second, then came Fremento and Frosted.
A very unofficial win by Upstart and the Bessilou Stables Fountain of Youth. They will be looking at this stretch run, I'm sure, either because of an objection lodged by Luis Saez aboard the 5 It's a Knockout, or the stewards posting the inquiry right away. Let's watch it.
Yeah, they're bobbing and weaving here deep in stretch, and you're going to see the 5 Luis Saez stand up right here on his mount, almost off the saddle, and Upstart was getting scrubbed on for most of this race by the jockey in here. Excuse me, I'm sorry, I'm getting confused. Jose Ortiz was scrubbing along. That was the 3, by the way, at 60-1. I want to take another pan view. I wonder if the 5 lugs in right here.
He comes in initially, but again, he straightens out, and now it looks like they're on even terms, but does the 7 come out late here right at this point? And this is a view that normally is not used by the stewards. It's just a ground level view for the betting public. But you can see Saez has to stop riding there for a little bit, maybe in anticipation that he might even clip heels. So far, there is no steward's inquiry, and I take that back. Yes, we have the inquiry, and in addition, an objection here. But I agree with you, Paulie. Right when the 7 Upstart takes over, you can see the 5 It's a Knockout comes to him. He comes in there, but this is the point of contact that they're going to have to take a look at.
Yeah, they're going to have to take a look at it. I think what we can draw out of this race, that the 5's a real horse, and so is the 7, and I think Frosted wants no part of this distance.
A controversial finish to the Fountain of Youth. We'll be back after this. An objection and a steward's inquiry into the stretch run of the Fountain of Youth. On the lead is Frosted. Coming up to him will be your eventual winner, the 7 Upstart, and then your second place finisher, the 5 It's a Knockout. Right in here is where the problems really happen.
Yeah, if we can cut back to the beginning of it, if you look, you have Frosted with the blinkers on the front end. The white face in the middle is Upstart. Right here I call fair play, because
that's
the 6
fine.
sort of
Yep.
made it tight. Now fair play, now it's not fair play anymore. I mean, you keep coming out on a horse. Now I know you're clear, but now Luis Saez is almost out of the saddle. I don't know if the 5 would have ever went by, but this is a tough call for the steward, especially in this kind of race.
I think here's the problem, because when you watch this angle, if Luis Saez late here does not take the evasive action, they probably clip heels. Look, Luis nearly comes out of the irons at that point, and that's because of the actions of the 7 Upstart. So, yes, you can make this argument, yeah, maybe he's never going to go by the 7, but catastrophe was avoided. I'm convinced they probably would have clipped heels if Luis Saez does not react the way he did aboard the 5 It's a Knockout. Your unofficial order of finish is 7-5-3-6. What we're looking at here is whether or not they'll disqualify the winner and place that one second, and obviously move second up to first. Waiting for a Steward's decision with so much on the line in the Fountain of Youth. We'll be back with more on TVG after this. The Stewards have made their decision at Gulfstream Park. You are now looking at your winner of the Bezelou Stables Fountain of Youth via disqualification. They have put up the 5, it's a knockout, and disqualified the 7 upstart from the win to second place. Paulie, you've watched the replays a number of times. Our audience got to watch it. Is this the right call by the Stewards?
Yes, I think they made the right call. Now, I don't know if the 5 was ever going to go by the 7 in here, upstart, but you just cannot lug out 3 to 4 to 5 paths and almost unseat a rider. I don't care if it's a grade 1, grade 2, if it has derby points or not. Luckily, in this case, Upstart will get those 20 points, and he's basically in the Derby gate, but it's a knockout. Congratulations, now undefeated here. Lemon Drop Kid had the Cherokee Run Mare, Stormy B, Starlight Racing, and congratulations to Luis Saez.
Another Keeneland graduate making their impact felt in a big race. This time it's a knockout, and the sire Lemon Drop Kid, it ties in to Lane's End Farms, sponsor of this hour of coverage here on TVG. So it's a knockout, remains undefeated, even though he didn't cross the finish line first today. He gets the win and now sits at 3 for 3. And just as important, now Todd Pletcher can make the path that he wants, because with his 50 points today, that's assuring him of a spot in the starting gate for the Kentucky Derby.